In the last episode, I continued following the Danube River across Europe towards Vienna, with just 1 week to reach Budapest and complete over 600 kilometers. I entered Hungary after a quick stop in Slovakia and met up with a fellow Tallbiker who rode with me towards the capital. We arrived in Budapest a few days before the big event, so I decided to stick around and learn some circus skills in the meantime.
There we go. Ah, yeah.
Day 46, I think, in Budapest, and we're doing a critical mass ride specifically for weird bikes, as I'm sure you can see. Plenty of tall bikes, plenty of choppers, and plenty of police. The next few days were spent replacing the tyres, which had completed 8,000 kilometers, fixing the bike, and finally leaving behind all the saddles I'd collected. I had ordered a new Brooks saddle ahead to Hungary, back when I was having saddle issues in Switzerland, and in the meantime went through 3 different saddles. My original Brooks had developed a wonky frame, and the bridge was putting too much pressure in the wrong areas, so I bought a second-hand B66 for €10 in Germany, and attempted to carve my own cutout to make it more comfortable. This ultimately failed, so I also bought a €5 gel saddle, which I then alternated with the B66 to manage the pain until Budapest. The new Brooks was a B17 Imperial, the same as my original, just with a cut-out bridge area for comfort. I was really hoping this would last me for at least a few years, since it cost over €100, so I said goodbye to my saddles and packed the Tallbike, ready to get back on the road. Back on the road. I had 9, maybe 10 days off. Now I'm setting back off to Hungary towards Serbia through Croatia, and a whole new saddle again. This is my 4th, 5th saddle, I don't know. Look at this. So I've done about 45 miles today, and Google said, here's a lovely campsite. It's very popular, and it gave me the coordinates, and it led me here. And as you can see, this place hasn't really been occupied in, I don't know, a decade? If there ever was a campsite, that is. Normally I'd just set up the tent here, because this is the great wild camp spot. No one's gonna bother me, but I'm low on water, so looks like I'm pushing ahead for the next 10 miles until the next campsite, which hopefully will have some good clean water. So yeah, this is the view tonight. Found a lovely little campsite. It was €4 and they had some raw fish, so I didn't have any of that. Oh hell. And there are way too many mosquitoes. I really don't like these mosquitoes. Bug spray is useless, but look at the view. It's pretty good. Hey, get off.
I was now almost at the edge of Hungary, with only 100 kilometers to cover before reaching the border to Serbia. I stayed with a Hungarian family on my last night, and spent the morning searching for my 4th pair of cheap sunglasses in under a month. The others had either been broken, scratched beyond repair, or lost.
So today is my last day in Hungary. I'm about 4 miles from the border to Serbia, and then 2 miles after that I'll be crossing into Croatia for about a day and a half. So 3 countries in less than 24 hours again. This is maybe the 5th time this has happened on the trip. So I'm now just down the road from the border into Serbia from Hungary, so just getting the passport ready and hopefully they let me through. Hello. Hi. Do you need passport?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Check. Can I go? No, stop. Yeah. Right. You need passport? Passport? Yeah. To Croatia in a... I'm just passing through this bit of border. Thank you. Good to go? Yeah, thank you. Woo! And I'm in Serbia, at least for the next half an hour, but it's a good start. Okay, so I've been in Serbia for less than an hour, and I'm look at my gears, and I'm now passing into Croatia. Just stay at a campsite about 20 miles into the border, and I'll probably be there a day and a half in Croatia. So yeah, let's see if we can get past border number 2. I'm going the right way, right? I mean, I hope so. Hey, do you need a passport? Yeah, okay.
I can see you. We can park it.
Yeah, I can get off.
Nice. Listen.
That's it.
Okay. Where do you go?
I'm not sure what the town is called, but about 10 miles that way for the campsite, and then back into Serbia in a day and a half.
Is that handmade?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Number 2 complete. Goodbye, Serbia. See you in a day and a half. Crossing the Donau, Danube, however you want to pronounce it. Crossing that river again into Croatia. And I always forget about part 2. You need passport?
Passport, please.
Yeah. Okay.
What is this?
It's my bicycle.
Bicycle.
It's very big.
Go where?
Campsite 10 miles that way, and then back into Serbia in a day or 2.
Oh, you jump the bike.
Can I do a circle and show? Like that. Thank you. Hey you! Hello! You guys are adorable. You feel wild, I want to adopt you. Honestly, they're adorable. They probably just live here actually, never mind. Why does this always happen to my tent? Why? So last night I stayed with a warm showers host in, I can't pronounce it, I want to say Baja, and then I left my bike outside because it was meant to be dry. Woke up in the morning and it had rained overnight, so I went to check on the new saddle that I've been breaking in for the past 3 days. My bum is still in agony, if you're wondering. And yeah, I found this on the bike. It had been soaked in water all night, and the leather was just so, and you can still see it now, almost 12 hours later, just so, my English is bad today, considering it's my first language. That's worrying. Well, you get the idea. It had gone really, really soft, and the leather is supposed to be hard because you're supposed to break this stuff in, and if it's too soft, the leather will get damaged, it will rip, it will tear, and it will get deformed. So I didn't want to ride on it, and considering this is the only good saddle I have at the moment, I've left the others back in Hungary. So I put the gel saddle back on, which you can see on the bike. Hopefully this will finish drying overnight, and in the morning I should be able to get back on this. You can see some of the lovely creases that have been left by me riding it, which I think is a good thing. I really hope so. That's all for the day, I guess. I guess what's left to do is send up the drone and yeah, see what the drone can see, because it's a nice sunset today. Looks cool.
you can make it back. I've been flying all the way out here. It's further away than I should be admitting to. And yeah, it's on its way back. But as you may be able to see, 34% battery. But the view is worth it. Look at that view, seriously. I don't know if you can hear it, but there are these very loud animals, as you can hear. So, what the hell is making that noise? My next destination was Vukovar, an interesting city that's well known for its extensive history, with the Battle of Vukovar being the tipping point during the Croatian War of Independence less than 40 years ago. Around this time, Vukovar was sieged for more than 3 months, with the water tower which bore the Croatian flag being the most common target for the Yugoslav forces. Thousands of Croatians were killed or taken prisoner, and despite the water tower taking more than 600 direct hits, it still stands strong today as a symbol of resistance and invincibility. I found this lovely little, presumably abandoned house outside Vukovar. What's odd about this one is the roof and the aerial and everything, and the Velux window, perfect condition. Built the neighbour's house, which was at one point a house, but it looks like that was also affected by the war and probably abandoned after that because it doesn't look very accessible anymore. So, should I go explore? Alright. I'm going in. I'm just really hoping that no one lives here. Check out the garage first, I guess. This garage looks pretty cool. Tiny bit creepy. Oh wow. Okay. The remnants of a toilet. Looks like we're in the underground area at the moment. Lovely table. Some not very good condition flooring, and yeah, to be honest, this roof or floor, whatever you want to call it, could collapse at any moment. So probably not the safest. What's this? Safest structure in the world. Okay, let's go into the main house. Got the downstairs floor. Looks definitely not haunted. Question is, how do we get up stairs? Okay. Alright, how sturdy is that? Yeah, sturdy enough for me. Oh. Ooh, so. Oh, okay. This one had a lot of fun. It's actually a pretty big house. At the very least, this is probably a perfect wild camp spot. Alright, what is this? I think it's just leading down to the room I was just in. Yeah, I was just down there. What do you say? Should I try it? Yeah. Alright. Please, I don't want any ticks today. I've had enough this week. Especially the ones with Lyme's disease I'd rather not have. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Ooh, floor number 2. This looks perfectly safe. Definitely not a safe structure anymore. But look at that. Ooh, that is a beauty. What do you say? Should we go up? Let's go and explore. Ooh, this feels sketchy as hell. Floor number 4. 4, 3? I don't know. 3, I think. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm not sleeping here. This is too dodgy looking and too many ticks and flies. Just carefully go down. So I keep forgetting to do any photos of this, but here's the current tan line. Just let me know in a month's time when I re-film this if it's got worse or better. Ooh, look at that sunset. So I arrived at the campsite, which is supposed to be just over there in that parking lot. Turns out, unsurprisingly, that it doesn't exist again. So I came over to here, and they very kindly said that I could pitch on this little bit of grass right next to the main road for free of charge. So
you will not have a easy sleep. All the time it's going and canyons and autos and everything. So it's how you want.
It'll be fine. Thank you, though. So at least I'm next to a little cafe, so I can have food. It's going to be a little bit noisy, but I think it'll do quite nicely. I was invited to share a drink with some locals who wanted to hear all about my journey so far. The next morning, I crossed back into Serbia and made my way into Novi Sad for the evening. The plan was to cross Serbia, following the Danube River all the way through to the Iron Gates Gorge until Romania, where I would then switch to the Iron Girton Trail, which follows mountainous divides across Serbia, North Macedonia and Bulgaria. Once in Turkey, there are no more Eurovelos, so my route through the Middle East would have to be improvised. But to see how that went, you'll have to wait until the next episode. If you're enjoying these videos, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. It would mean a lot to me, since I put months of work into this video series, and your support is greatly appreciated.